So considering there's like 350 of us now, I thought I would do the updated like get to know me tag sort of thing, because last time I did this I had like somewhere between like 50 and 60 subscribers I think, and that was a whole year ago nearly. So yeah, I just thought I'd do an updated one and you can all get to know me a little bit more. So yeah, let's get into it. Before we start, don't mind the hair because I put it in plaits and here we are. So the first question is, what's your name? My name is Rachel Quercia-Smale, and what is my middle name? It's Laura. And the next one is, where are you from? So my family live in Suffolk. I go to uni somewhere else, which I'm not going to say because I can't live here. And my family are English and Italian. What do I do for a living? So currently, as most of you know, if you've seen my like 2020 goals and 2021 goals, I mean, I'm training to be a student nurse. So technically a student, but in September I'll be qualified and then I'll be an actual nurse. What's your favourite colour? Blue. What's your star sign? Capricorn. What is your favourite music genre? I literally like everything, like not really classical or like heavy metal, like garage stuff like that, but I like most musics, genres, everything from like Ed Sheeran to jazz to rap to pop, R&B. I really love R&B. Probably R&B would be my favourite. Who's your favourite musician? Probably Ed Sheeran, or my favourite band would be Imagine Dragons. What is your favourite food? Either pizza or pasta, definitely, because Luca loves a takeaway. Favourite drink is probably Coke, or I'm actually really getting into coffee at the moment with like syrups, like the gingerbread spice syrup from Costa is my favourite in like a latte. So yeah, that's progress because I've not drunk coffee ever really before, and yeah, now I love it. Favourite snack? I love all the savoury things, all the things that are like salty and bad for you. I love like sandwiches. That's not really a snack, that's like more of a meal. I love those, you know those like mini party sausages that are like this big, or like the mini pork pies or Scotch eggs, anything like that, I'm here for it. What has been your favourite holiday? Probably when me and my parents went to Turkey with my brother, and we just had a really great time. We did all of those, like, you know when you go on holiday and they've got all like the stalls selling different activities and stuff, we did loads of those sorts of activities. We did like a boat trip and we did like this safari jeep thing. That was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed that holiday. Probably my favourite. What is your favourite pastime? This kind of matches up with the next question, which is what is your favourite sport? And I'd say both hockey. I used to play hockey when I was much younger, and then since I came to uni I just sort of stopped any sort of sport and anything, yeah, but I'd really, really like to get back into that once I'm qualified and yeah, have more of a life. What is something you are talented at? I'm not really sure. Rapping. I can rap quite a lot of songs and people. It's like my party trick. Rap God by Eminem is my party trick. Are you competitive? Very. What is something you wish you were talented at? Singing? Dancing? I like dancing. I'm not necessarily good at it though. Describe yourself in a single sentence. A single sentence. Okay. Crazy, loud, and lovable. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, funny, maybe? I don't know, that's not really a sentence. Outgoing person is how I describe myself. Or the life of the party, I'd say. What is the best compliment you've ever received? When people compliment me on my sense of humour, that is a top tier compliment. Or, yeah, that's probably it, to be honest. When people compliment me on my personality, that is my top tier compliment. What are some of your bad habits? I'm really awful for biting my nails, and if I ever have nail varnish on, like I do now, I pick it off, which is really bad. But what are your favourite things about yourself? I quite like my eyes and I really love my long hair. What is top of your bucket list? Would be rescue a dog and go to Bali. They're very different like levels and stages of life and stuff, but I really, really want to rescue a dog. I'm so like dog crazy. Anyone who knows me knows that, and that's probably one of my main goals, I'd say, if not my main goal. After I have my own house and stuff. Those are all goals as well, but bucket list thing travelling wise would be like Bali, and then my top sort of adult bucket list thing would be rescuing a dog and having my own house. What are 3 long-term goals and 3 short-term goals? Okay, One of my long-term goals that I've just, well not just, but in the last 6 months completed was passing my driving test. I actually wrote these down as like my goals 2021. Continuous saving into my ISA for one day having a house and just general savings. Qualify as a nurse, that's been a long time coming. Hopefully that should happen in July. It's getting so close now, but yeah, that's where we are. I'd like to just generally get fitter, like be able to run, I don't know, a decent distance without getting too out of breath and not stopping. And end of the year goal would be reaching 500 subscribers. That's kind of long term, I guess. I don't really know what you class as short term, but read 5 books or more also was one of my goals for this year. That I'm kind of starting that, like, oh, and a short term goal would also be sorting out at home. I have like the IKEA Alex drawers at my parents' house and in Suffolk, and they don't have like any organisation or anything in them, so one of my short term goals is to organise that when I go home for Easter. A few more words of that is what I'm doing today, and some lectures. What is your biggest accomplishment? I'd say, why do I have hairs everywhere? I would absolutely have to say that passing my driving test. Just really proud. It took me a really long time to learn to drive, so when I finally passed my test I was over the moon, and yeah, second time lucky, that was for me. Anyway, what is something you look for in a partner? Funny, compassionate, loyal would be in my top 3. Who is your role model would be basically the women in my life, really. Like, was my grandma, unfortunately she's passed away, and my mum as well. Which of your parents are you more like? This is so difficult because, like, stature wise and stuff, I'm more like my dad. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, stature wise I'm like my dad, but then, and a little bit personality wise, but then personality wise I'm always like my mum, and every time I go anywhere and everyone always says, oh, are you Bridget's daughter? And I'm like, yeah. And especially when we go to our hometown, everyone's like, oh, you look familiar. How do you know this person? I'm like, yeah, they're actually my relatives. Which of your parents are you closest to? Both. We're exactly the same. What is the last book you read? I really can't think of anything right now. Oh, I think it's called Dr. Brown, and it's about working in a women's prison. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. And also all of the Adam Kay books that I read towards the end of last year, they're really good as well. If you haven't read them, I would suggest reading them, especially if you're like in the medical field like me. What is your favourite fairy tale? I don't know, I'm not really a fairy tale person, but I do like Aladdin. Yeah, Aladdin probably. And what is your favourite quote? A lot of cringe quotes. I'm just a cringe quote person. Do what makes you happy is my main one. That's what I preach literally all the time. And if you're around me, you'll hear it. Favourite subject in school? Definitely PE. I absolutely loved, like, sport and everything, like I said, when I was younger. Subject you were best at? I was best at, I don't know. I was good at PE. That's partly why the reason I enjoyed it. Biology, I did alright in, and I really enjoyed, so I was probably biology and PE. Favourite teacher? I had this teacher called Miss Thompson, and she was so funny. She was so like, she was sort of like a younger teacher, and she was really relatable as well, and she was just hilarious, and she was just she takes no shit sort of teacher, and I really enjoyed going to her lessons because if there were people who were actually trying, like me, to do well, she just wouldn't stand for the people who were just wasting time. Who has left the most impact on your life? Definitely my grandma. What app do you use the most? Instagram, TikTok? Oh my god, I'm awful. I could literally just waste time on them. It's really bad. What piece of technology could you not live without? My phone, absolutely. What countries have you visited? Okay, so I want to visit more, but I've basically visited, obviously, like, just ignore England for a start because that's where I'm from. Scotland, Wales, Italy, I lived in France, Germany, the Netherlands / Holland, Canada, where else? Belarus, Belgium, Luxembourg. I can't think of other places right now. But yeah, I visit basically Europe plus Canada pretty much, and UK. What countries would you like to visit? Bali, Bora Bora. America, I'd like to go to, really love to go to New York one day, not necessarily soon, but I'd love to go. Greece, I want to go to, I've never been to, but I would love to go. What is top of your bucket list? I kind of already said that. Most embarrassing memory, oh my god, I literally want the ground to swallow me up every time I think of this. So when I was in school and we were doing PE and my normal teacher wasn't there and we had this male substitute and we were learning how to do like basketball, and he was like, he chose me to be the person from the class that did the, you know, like that did the example with him. So he was like, I would just bounce the ball through my legs and then run around again on the other side. So I did it and I was really stressed about doing it because I didn't want it to go wrong. Anyway, it went wrong. You can imagine what happened. And the whole class laughed. I've never wanted the ground to swallow me up more in my life. I think my whole face must... The ball hit somewhere on him where it shouldn't have hit, and yeah. That is my most embarrassing memory by far. How many relationships have you been in? 2 serious ones. And if you could give your younger self any advice, what would it be? Just have fun. Don't care about like people at school, because I wasn't really unpopular, but I wasn't really popular. I was just sort of there and I didn't really have a group, and I just sort of went between people all the time. But I'd say just enjoy yourself. Ignore what everyone else is doing, because like in however many years time that won't matter, and what you're doing and what you did for you then is going to help you get where you are now. So yeah, I wish I'd known that before I bothered, before I was worried about it, if you know what I mean. Tea or coffee? Tea. And my last question is cats or dogs, and dogs 1000%. Okay, so that was a super speedy 50 questions about me. If you're new here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. I'll be replying to comments now. I'm back and more active now that all my exams and stuff are out the way. And also comment down below what you love to see on other people's channels, what you enjoy most, and what sort of videos you like generally, or if you make videos, what you have most fun making, if that makes sense. And yeah, I will see you very soon, and thanks for stopping by. Bye!